in the bleak heart of the Illinois winter, an eerie silence descends upon Smith's Grove Sanitarium. This once bustling institution, a hub for the treatment of the deranged, now stands hollowed out and haunted by its own shadow. The harsh winter winds whistle through its empty halls, echoing the desolation that has gripped the place. An unsettling stillness hangs heavy in the air, only interrupted by the occasional clattering of chains and the distant hum of the last inmate bus preparing to depart. The sanitarium, a relic of a bygone era, has fallen victim to the harsh realities of federal and state budget cuts. Smith's Grove, once a beacon of hope for those lost in the labyrinth of their own minds, is now reduced to a chilling monument of its former self. The cold, unfeeling arithmetic of austerity has decreed its closure, sending ripples of dread through the hearts of those who know of the dangerous cargo it must now part with. The last and most dangerous 3 inmates, men whose very names strike fear into the heart of the bravest, are being transferred temporarily to the Livingston County Jail, just outside Haddonfield, Illinois. These are individuals for whom the term madness is a gross understatement. Their minds are twisted labyrinths of terror, their souls black pits of malevolence. As the inmate bus revs up, the dread becomes palpable. The guards, hardened men who've seen things that would send shivers down the spine of the ordinary, exchange uneasy glances. This is not a routine transfer. This is a dance with the devil himself. The journey to Livingston County Jail is fraught with danger. The destination, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. And so, the bus departs, carrying its ominous cargo through the blinding snowstorm. Smith's Grove Sanitarium, now devoid of its monstrous inhabitants, stands silent and desolate in the biting cold. As the last inmate bus leaves, a chilling wind sweeps through the desolate sanitarium, a portent of the horrors to come. The journey to Livingston County Jail is fraught with tension. The air inside the bus is thick with unease as the guards and staff prepare themselves for the daunting task of transporting the 3 most dangerous inmates. Their faces are etched with worry, their knuckles white as they grip their weapons tighter. They've all heard the stories, the whispered tales of the horrors these 3 have committed. But now, they're face to face with the living nightmares, their breaths fogging up the cold metal bars that separate them. Outside, the weather seems to mirror their dread. The sky, once clear and bright, is now dark and foreboding, blanketed by heavy, ominous clouds. The wind howls like a beast, its icy fingers reaching out and rattling the bus, as if trying to pry open its doors and set the monsters free. Snowflakes, each one unique and beautiful, fall from the sky, painting the world in white. But their beauty is lost in the grim circumstances, their innocence a stark contrast to the evil they unknowingly cover. The 3 inmates sit quietly at the back of the bus, their eyes hidden in the shadows of their hoods. They say nothing, they do nothing, but their very presence is enough to send shivers down the spine. Who are they? What have they done to earn such fear and respect? The answers remain shrouded in mystery, their pasts a secret only they know, and perhaps it's better that way. For some stories are too dark, too twisted for the light of day. The bus continues its journey, its wheels crunching on the fresh snow, its engine growling against the biting cold. Each mile brings them closer to their destination, yet it feels like they're moving further into the belly of a beast. The guards exchange nervous glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. But they can't turn back now. They've been given a task and they must see it through. As the bus rumbles on through the snowstorm, the quiet town of Haddonfield remains blissfully unaware of the terror heading its way. Just when the journey seems to be nearing its end, calamity strikes. A sudden, blinding snowstorm engulfs the bus carrying the 3. The intense weather conditions, coupled with the sheer weight of the impending doom, create a palpable tension. Suddenly, a deafening crash echoes through the night. The bus, once a symbol of control and containment, now lies mangled and twisted, a grotesque testament to the power of the storm and the terrifying force that is the 3. The impact, unexpected as a bolt from the blue, throws the guards into disarray. The 3, however, seem to thrive in the chaos. In the blink of an eye, they seize the moment, their shackles no match for their desperate determination. With a chilling display of strength and cunning, they break free, turning the bus into their personal pandemonium. The snowstorm rages on, blurring vision and muffling sounds, masking the gruesome spectacle inside the bus. The authorities, mere pawns in this grand game of survival, scramble to regain control. Their frantic efforts, however, are in vain. For the three are no ordinary inmates. They are predators, and this, their hunting ground. The alarm bells start to ring, their shrill cries swallowed by the storm. The guards, now fully aware of their predicament, fight to contain the situation. Their shouts, their pleas, their screams, all form a symphony of terror that echoes through the desolate landscape. The three, however, remain unfazed, their focus laser-sharp, their goal crystal clear, freedom. And so they plunge into the snowstorm, their figures swallowed by the swirling white. The guards left in the wreckage can only watch in abject horror as their worst nightmares become reality. The aftermath of the accident is a scene straight out of a horror movie. The once orderly bus is now a twisted mess of metal and glass. The guards, their uniforms stained with blood and snow, struggle to comprehend the magnitude of the disaster. Their faces, once stern and unyielding, are now masks of shock and fear. The snowfall intensifies, covering the wreckage in a thick blanket of white. The bus, once a beacon of authority, now lies forgotten, a grim reminder of the night's events. The authorities, their spirits broken, their morale shattered, begin the daunting task of cleaning up the mess. But the three are long gone. The storm, once their enemy, has now become their ally, shielding them from the prying eyes of the law. Their escape, as swift and as brutal as the storm itself, has left a lasting impact. The once quiet neighborhood, blissfully unaware of the evil that has befallen it, is now a ticking time bomb. As the snow falls heavily on the wreckage, the three disappear into the darkness, leaving behind a trail of chaos. A chilling silence descends, broken only by the whistling wind and the crunching snow under the guards' boots. The escape has been successful. The hunt, however, has just begun. In the quiet town of Haddonfield, a typical winter evening unfolds. The air is crisp and cold. The streets are blanketed in a fresh layer of snow, reflecting the warm glow of the street lamps. The homes, charming and inviting, emit the faint scent of firewood, mingling with the smell of home-cooked meals. Laughter and light chatter echo from inside, a stark contrast to the stillness outside. In the heart of the town, the local diner, an emblem of unity in this close-knit community, is alive with the hum of friendly banter. The local sheriff, a familiar face, sits at the counter nursing a cup of coffee, his radio crackling intermittently. Outside, children are playing in the snow, their muffled laughter carrying on the wind. The elderly, wrapped in their shawls, watch fondly from their windows, reminiscing about their own childhood. The serenity of this picturesque scene, however, belies an undercurrent of tension. Unbeknownst to the peaceful residents of Haddonfield, a threat is looming. A storm is brewing. On the outskirts of town, local authorities are scrambling, their breath fogging up in the freezing air as they pore over maps, their radios buzzing with frantic communication. The hunt for the three is on, their escape from the sanitarium sending shockwaves through the law enforcement community. But the search is proving to be a game of cat and mouse in the vast expanse of Illinois. The three always seemingly one step ahead. Back in the town, the residents are oblivious to the danger inching closer. The lights in the homes begin to flicker off, one by one, as the town prepares to retire for the night. The children are tucked into bed, their innocent dreams a far cry from the nightmares that are slowly creeping towards them. As the town sleeps, the three draw closer, their sinister intentions cloaked by the snowstorm. In the dead of night, a chilling wind blows through Haddonfield. The once serene town, with its tree-lined streets and humble homes, now lies in the grip of an unspeakable dread, an anticipation that makes the air thick with fear. Unbeknownst to its residents, the town is no longer a haven of peace, but a stage set for a terrifying spectacle. The three, specters of chaos and horror, have arrived. Emerging from the cloak of darkness, they step into Haddonfield, their ruthless eyes reflecting the faint glow of the streetlights. Their menacing presence, a stark contrast to the tranquil silence of the town, sends an eerie shiver down the spine of the night. Their arrival, a grim harbinger of the horrors that lurk in the shadows, waiting to unfold. As the wind howls through the empty streets, the three stand in the shadows, their dark silhouettes a grim promise of the terror to come.